My reason for this channel and the videos is to chronicle all the different Iranian Persian restaurants and Koobideh that I try in all the different cities and countries I travel to frequently around the world. For you to be able to access online on this channel, either as a heads up for yourself, as reference, or if you're just curious what Koobideh looks like in some other place in the world. Salam hameh. Hello everyone. چطورین؟ خسته نباشین. انشالله خوب هستین. I hope you're all well. Today I visited the Persian Palace in Ealing. I'm gonna go have a try and let's see how it tastes. It's got a lot of positive reviews. It's quite famous in London. I've heard about it outside of London as well. So I'm really excited to go and try and see what all the fuss is about. Let's go see. So let's have a look at Persian Palace in Ealing. It's next to another famous Iranian restaurant called Malana, which is highlighted there as well. In fact, this whole road from Ealing Broadway station, which is here on the east side, all the way down to Persian Palace here. This is quite particularly this stretch of the road where Persian Palace is, it's almost like a little Iran town in London. So we can see Persian Palace has got 4 stars with 1,600 reviews and growing, which I think is pretty good. The photos, you can see it's got some nice interior decoration. It's got that sort of Persepolis style or vibe inside, and you can see the food in the photos. I think there's a glass of wine there, but the food in the photos looks pretty yummy. Let's have a look at the reviews. We'll sort these by the newest. Tristan, 5 stars. We love this place. It's authentic, it's busy, it's charming, staff are super friendly, food is great. Naheem, absolutely fantastic food and experience, and some lovely pictures of the kebab there with rice and naan. 4 stars. We knew this restaurant for many years. Food quality is good, classic Persian, big, large and delicious food. 1-star review. If I could give them 1 star, I would. Food is horrendous, okay? Chicken stinks. Amazing community, so the service again gets compliments. Probably the best Koobideh in London. That's a big statement. Almost as good as Malana across the street, which I mentioned earlier. Wonderful visit, service was friendly and good. Our meals were very, very large. Okay, congested on weekends, so seems like a busy place. Let's change the filters and look at the most relevant. Food was excellent, very good, big generous portions, reasonable prices. Look at that plate there. It's almost falling off the table. That is huge. 3 stars, very nice, very unique. However, when it comes to the prices, it's way too expensive. What can I say? The food has been the same over the years. What I'm seeing is lots of compliments about the portion size. The majority of the comments, I don't think there was any complaints about the portion. The comments about the quality were pretty positive as well. 1 or 2 people not too happy about that. Customer service seems to be getting a lot of compliments as well. Weekends it seems to be a little bit busy, maybe a bit too busy. A few comments about the price, maybe being too expensive. So I'm gonna go find out for myself. Let's go and see how it's like. خب الان رسیدیم Ealing Broadway station. We're in Ealing Broadway station. This is the end of the District line and the Central line, so it's a bit out of the way. You've got to come far to get to this restaurant. So let's see how much further it is. So this is Ealing Broadway station. As you come out, you've got to turn left and walk down this road here. And then we've got to turn right and walk for a little bit. So let's see how far it goes. But Ealing looks pretty nice. It's a little bit out of the way though. If you're not in the central area, it's quite hard to get to because it's at the end of the lines. So already the location is not so convenient. But let's see how far it is from the station. It's a nice little town centre, this, Ealing Broadway. So we've come to this junction here and we've got to keep walking straight along this road. So past the church up there. But it looks, on the map, it looks like it's still a bit of a distance away. So as we get out of Ealing Broadway, it looks like a little bit more residential, a little bit more like a business sort of, or office sort of place. This is West Ealing, which it's a bit out of the way, but it looks, as you walk around the area, you notice that there's actually quite a lot of Iranian stuff. Iranian restaurants, supermarkets. It's a bit run down though. I guess you could call it the Iranian ghetto. But you come a little bit further down and you get into the West Ealing area, and you can see that actually this is quite a sort of little Iranian sort of spot. There's a Persian gallery here, there's a tavazor, looks like Iranian dishes, and a little bit on this side of the road you can see like an Iranian supermarket. We're here finally. This is Molana restaurant. This is looks like we're now in West Ealing according to the map, and if I look back you can't even see Ealing Broadway, it's so far away. Actually you can, those brown buildings right at the back, so you can see how far I've walked. A little bit further down from Molana یه خود این برتر از مولانا که اینجا بودش، بیا یه خود این برتر میبینی Persian Palace. So just a little bit further down from Molana is the Persian Palace, which is the other restaurant which gets a lot of reviews and is actually quite well known around the world. So let's go check it out. You could get the bus if you want. جلوی اتوبوس، جلوی استیشن بس استاپ اتوبوس استیشنه که اگه خب الان بخوای اتوبوس بگیری که خیلی آسون تره. ما راه رفتیم. So firstly, in terms of the location, if you are not from this, if you're not from West London or from Ealing, if you're coming from sort of the other side, East London, Central London, North London, South London, so not easy to get to at all. My opinion hasn't changed on terms of the location. This is not a place to, this is not a convenient place to come to get some Koobideh. So unfortunately, I'd have to give it 0 stars in terms of the location. In terms of the service, as soon as I came in, there was a couple of Iranian sort of waiters, maybe even the owners, I guess, who greeted me, you know, said hi, asked me what would I like. Very, very pleasant, very nice. We didn't really talk too much in terms of, or they didn't really query too much in terms of who I am, where I'm from. This whole sort of area of West Ealing looks pretty heavy in terms of Iranian population. So maybe they are used to Iranians, Persians coming into the restaurant, so they didn't really seem too surprised or seem too curious about me and where I'm from. Like maybe some of the other restaurants I've been around the world where there's only one Iranian restaurant in the whole city. At the end, they also tore off in terms of the bill, which I don't see too much in other countries. They offered for me not to pay, which is a very sort of traditional Iranian thing to do, which I thought was very nice as well. And then during the sort of meal itself, they were not being too interruptive. They weren't sort of coming and asking me constantly, what would you like? But they were sort of around and sort of ready if I wanted to call them. So service-wise, I was really happy, really impressed. I didn't have any complaints. In fact, if I look back, it was a really good experience, and I'm sure if I come a few times, they will probably start to warm to me and recognize me and probably talk to me a little bit more. So a full star for the service. The price of the Koobideh is really cheap compared to some of the other sort of places we've been. It's around £8 for a dish, which is an amazing price for London. Really economic, competitive price. The one I went to in Mayfair was about £30. In central London, you're paying £20–30 for a dish. Even in sort of other parts of London, like Behesht, I think it's £10, £12, £15 for a dish. So for £10 here, you can't complain really, especially given the London prices. So 1 full star for the pricing. Really good prices. All right, so portion wise, it looks really big. Koobidehs are nice and big and juicy, The rice is quite a lot as well. Once the dish actually arrived, and the dish arrived pretty quickly, the restaurant itself wasn't too busy. I arrived around 5 p.m. It wasn't too packed. The dish itself came, I would say, under 10 minutes. Maybe not 5 minutes, but between 5 to 10 minutes maximum. So خیلی زود اومد, it was very quick. And then in terms of the plate, I was quite shocked about the quantity. It's a big plate. 1/3 of the plate is rice, lots of rice, really a lot of rice. Not just can you see the rice on the side, there's also a lot of rice under the 2 koobidehs as well. So there was a lot of rice to take in. The koobideh itself was really big, nice and thick and long and meaty, quite juicy as well. You could see sort of the oil, the juice coming from underneath onto the rice. I couldn't finish it. There was also a sort of half a plate of salad as well to go with it. So very rarely I can't finish my plates. I couldn't finish it. I managed to get sort of to the end of the second koobideh and I had to stop. Mainly because of the rice. I mean, there was a lot of rice to eat with the koobideh and that fills you up quite quickly. If you're like me, you might even struggle to finish the plate itself, which is difficult for any Iranian to actually do, to not be able to finish their plates. So portion wise, no complaints at all. Really, really happy with the portion sizes. 1 full star. Lastly, the quality of the food. The rice was very hot. There was butter put in between the rice for me. There was a lot of saffron, yellow sort of rice that gave the rice some flavor as well. I really enjoyed the rice. I thought the rice was really tasty, and the koobideh didn't disappoint either. Not only was it big, not only was it thick, it was just dripping with juice as you sort of cut into it. It was soft, and then as you sort of as you ate it, it had a sort of very I would say salty, but not like uncomfortably salty. There was a real zip to the koobideh, to the taste of the koobideh. I couldn't stop eating it. I thought the koobideh was delicious. Really, 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 really nice. Had some flavor as well. A lot of times the koobidehs can be quite dry or not have much flavor in them. This one, very, very flavorful. I was quite full sort of after the first koobideh, but I had to keep going because it was too good. So I managed to get food towards the end of the second koobideh as well. The salad I didn't touch. I thought the salad was a bit dry, so I didn't really touch the salad. The koobideh was enough, the rice was enough, and wow. I mean, I hear about the flavors of the koobideh in this restaurant, both from Londoners and also outside of London as well, and it fully met my expectations. خیلی خوشمزه بود. عالی بودش کوبیدهش. خیلی خیلی خوشمزه. Amazing koobideh. I would say maybe close or on par with Behesht, in my personal opinion. به نظر من از عین کوبیدeh بهشت بود که خوردیم. So for the koobideh and the quality, 1 full star also. So in summary, this one scored pretty high. Persian Palace has scored pretty high, so full stars for everything else. Persian Palace, West London, Ealing, 4 stars out of 5. Might be one of the best restaurants I've been to. It's got a lot of reviews, it's got a lot of fame, and I think it's well deserved, justified. 4 stars out of 5 for Persian Palace. Well done.